Hey guys, welcome to Monthly Album Review, my new music review kind of show, where I just go over something I've been listening to, an album I'm listening to, and talk about it. So this one's going to be a little different because this time I'm going to focus on an album that's new, and it is happened to be what I've been listening to. If you read the title, you already know we're going to be talking about Post Malone's Hollywood's Bleeding. I'm just going to get this out of the gate. I think this is Post Malone's best album. I've been a fan of his since Congratulations dropped. I had heard rumblings when that song first came out that this guy was big. And I do like his first two albums, but it's not as... This one, I feel like each album has been his growth as an artist. Just for example, like, this album, I've listened from front to back several times. I usually only listen to the hits on this album, which is fair, but because I have a couple of the singles, and then I also have Apple Music, which has the full album. So I don't have a physical of this yet. I plan to get one soon, but I want to talk about this before I go anywhere else. So this is the first of his albums where I can listen to it front to back and be satisfied with the whole album. Stoney, while a good album, doesn't really get good until the first hit, White Iverson, and then some of the tracks and from the second half are fine. So the front half of the album's meh, second half's pretty good. As in terms of Beer Bongs and Bentleys, there's his second album, which has one of his best songs, which Rockstar, which I remember when that dropped. When the single for that dropped, I was in Halifax, and that was, one of my bangers that year. Banger, but it was a good track, and I listened to it a lot. His previous album, Beer Bongs and Bentleys, has a similar problem where like it's got great songs like Psycho, Rockstar, Better Now, but all those are kind of in the middle to end. The middle section of that album's the best, but it's still, the thing as a whole is not as great as the whole thing. Hollywood's Bleeding, which is the album that's out now, is Post's best work. Like I would say it's openly his best work. From the title track, Hollywood's Bleeding, which is a fantastic track, and I love that he's going for a more I guess a horror sound with this. Not really like horror punkish, but kind of. It's just a great album. Saint-Tropez is one of my favorite songs in the album. I can't stop listening to it. When I drive to work, and it's a long drive, it's like a 40-minute drive, and it's all foresty areas and farmland and stuff. That song's like the perfect atmospheric song for that. Some of the songs up to Circles, which is the next single, which is what really sold me on this album, Circles. They're okay, but they're good enough that I'll listen through them. And then we've got songs like Die For Me, featuring Future and Halsey, which is actually really good. On the Road's okay. Take What You Want is a big one because that features Ozzy Osbourne. And I know a lot of people listen to this album just for that track. So it's definitely a really good collaboration. And it's nice to hear Ozzy after all the health things he's had this year. And the rest of the back half of the album is mostly stuff that's there's non-singles, and there's singles that came out earlier, like Goodbyes, Sunflower, Wow being the finishing track. And the whole back half of the album is also great. I don't have a rating system, but this is a good for me. I know a lot of people have been mixed on this album. Some critics have said this is Post Malone's worst album, while non-critics have said this is their favorite or their best. I'm on the side where I think this is his best album. I think it's his best work. So definitely go check it out. And even if you're not sure, you can listen to it on Spotify or Apple Music first to see what you think. Anyways, guys, I'm going to leave this video with the end card, with where you can follow me and where you can support me. So check that out. And I will see you guys in the next monthly album review. Take care.